Meanwhile, the Department of Justice is ordering federal prosecutors to drop corruption charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. The order from acting Deputy Attorney General Emil Bovee would dismiss all charges against Mayor Adams without prejudice, meaning they could be refiled in the future. Adams was charged with one count of conspiracy to receive campaign contributions from foreign nationals and to commit wire fraud and bribery, 2 counts of soliciting campaign contributions from foreign nationals, and 1 count of soliciting and accepting a bribe. NBC reports in a memo, Bovee argued that the indictment of Adams in September came too close to this year's mayoral primary in June, and that it limited Adams' ability to aid President Donald Trump's crackdown on immigrants and to fight crime. Bovee, without citing specific evidence, also suggested the charges were politically motivated. It cannot be ignored that Mayor Adams criticized the prior administration's immigration policies before the charges were filed, he wrote. Bovee said Adams' case would be reviewed by a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney, but not until after the general election for mayor in November. Important to note, the charges against the mayor have not yet been officially dismissed. For that to happen, a formal request will need to be filed in court and reviewed by a judge. Mayor Adams' lawyer responded to the dismissal order in a statement that reads in part, "The facts of the case are clear. The mayor never used his official position for personal benefit, nor did he have any role in violating campaign finance laws. Despite a lot of fanfare and sensational claims, ultimately there was no evidence presented that he broke any laws ever." End quote. And here are the front pages of the New York tabloids this morning. New York Daily News simply saying off the hook. And remember, this involved the nation of Turkey, so quit cold turkey. So Ken Delaney, we should also add to this conversation that Eric Adams has courted Donald Trump very hard to get to this day. He went down just days before the inauguration to Mar-a-Lago. He raced down to the inauguration itself. He has met many times with Donald Trump, priming the pump for this moment, and now he's off the hook for now.
Yeah, and it's easy to make light of this, Willie, but I got to tell you, I feel like a broken record, but it's hard to overstate what an earthquake of a story this is in Justice Department circles, because you just don't see this. They explicitly said they were not dropping the case because of the facts or the law, that it was no reflection on the legal theories or the work of the career prosecutors who brought the case. And so what was their grounds? Well, it was charges without evidence that the U.S. attorney who had been appointed by President Biden was using the case to burnish his image, and also some concerns that the trial would take place during the New York primary season, even though the indictment was brought 9 months before the New York primary. So look, I mean, what this is starting to look like is a political decision to drop charges against someone who, as you said, has been courting Donald Trump and the Trump administration, and who has claimed that he was persecuted by the Biden administration because of his stance on immigration. And they even said, actually, in their justification, that another issue they were concerned about was that he had lost his security clearance because he was under this criminal cloud and therefore couldn't cooperate with federal authorities in immigration enforcement. So, look, this is not done. I mean, it's creating the impression that there's a Biden Justice Department and a Trump Justice Department, and these decisions are made for political reasons. The Southern District of New York is full of career prosecutors who are apolitical, and they brought this case based on the facts and the law. There's a mountain of evidence, much of which they revealed in a speaking indictment, that accuses Eric Adams of soliciting bribes and favors from the government of Turkey, and then in turn doing the government of Turkey favors using his official position, including getting the approval for a building that the fire department said was unsafe to occupy in New York City. And so here you have a situation where the main justice is ordering the Southern District to drop this case. It hasn't been dropped yet, but then saying that it's being done without prejudice, meaning the charges could be refiled at any time. Well, what position does that leave Mayor Eric Adams in? He is now beholden to the Trump Justice Department. Those charges are hanging over him. So this is a really, really extraordinary situation, guys.
Danny, another case, Mayor Adams knowing what a lot of people know, that flattery will get you everywhere with Donald Trump. Go down, flatter him, court him, support his policies, and you'll get what you want out of the deal. But how disheartening is this for prosecutors building cases, as we could say about all the January 6th prosecutors as well?
Yeah, the memo itself says, well, this has nothing to do with the line prosecutors who worked on these cases. It's more about management. But that's got to be a hollow compliment to the line prosecutors who worked on the case. Because when you do, you live that case. And there's a difference between the line prosecutors and the appointed positions. But I got to tell you, Willie, never in the history of memos have there been so much in the way of subtext between the lines. It's 2 pages, and there's so much in there. Among them, the smarter thing for the administration might have been to just make this memo 3 lines. Dismiss the case against Mayor Adams. It's the explanation that's going to subject them to a ton of criticism. And if anyone else is concerned that this is a quid pro quo between Eric Adams in exchange for him helping with immigration enforcement and dismissing the case, that's not me saying it. The memo itself worries about that in a footnote, saying that is not what this is, we promise you. But critics are going to say that's exactly what this seems like. And the magic word that you seized on, Willie, is the word without. Without prejudice does mean, and the memo says, that they could bring these charges again, which normally wouldn't have that much meaning. But in this case, because they also mention the things that they want Eric Adams to help the administration with. Yeah. The implication is going to draw a lot of criticism. Again, my recommendation would have been make this 3 lines, dismiss the case. It's the explanation that's going to get him in trouble.
NBC News and MSNBC legal analyst Danny Savalos and NBC News Justice correspondent Ken Dilanian, thank you both very much for your reporting and analysis.